Yo, what's up? Eusebius here, back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be doing another Art of the Mentally Ill, and I am what many would describe, at least in the medical field, as psychotic, which means that I exist in a state known as psychosis, which if you've watched this channel for a while, you know that psychosis is a break from reality. Doesn't mean I'm dangerous, doesn't mean I'm violent, but it does mean I have certain experiences that not the normal person has. These experiences range from inability to remember, to open-eyed hallucinations, to many other things, disorganized thoughts, racing thoughts. We're not getting into detail. My bad. Anyway, we're going to be doing another Art of the Mentally Ill, and today is going to be one art piece that I haven't really put a lot of meaning behind. I sort of just had an idea and decided to roll with it. So without further ado, let's get into the art. This is what I like to call the twisting horror. Now, if you know anything about horror stories, you know that there is a horror story named the twisting horror, I think it is. And I purposely named it that because it was very interesting to me. So what I originally was doing was creating what I hallucinate, because I at times hallucinate spiders with human eyes and mouths. Now that's the basis of what I wanted this drawing to be. I started off, as you can see over here, with these spider legs, and I was going to turn it into a full-blown spider, and you can kind of see like the back end of the spider, like the bulbous area. But honestly, I started to draw and I was like, wait, no, I have a way better story about this one. So we're gonna be talking about that story. So you see these over here by its mouth. Initially they were supposed to be pincers, you know, like how spiders, like when they eat things, they use their pincers to like inject venom and stuff. That was the original purpose of this, or that was the that is what I was meaning to portray when I drew this. But it got me thinking, hey, I've had a lot of very weird experiences as of recently, and one of them, well, not recently, one of them was an acute dystonic reaction. Now, you may have seen my videos about it, but if you don't know what that is, it's basically, okay, in simple terms, antipsychotics have side effects like dyskinesia and dystonia. Acute dystonic reaction is a involuntary contraction of certain muscles in the face, neck, and hands, and it is incredibly painful. I'll get into more stories about that later, but that is where I got the inspiration for this. It's sort of a mix between, that's a car going by, sorry about that. This is a mix between what I felt while going through a dystonic reaction. I purposely made the teeth sharp, not because it looks all scary and nice, but because it feels like somebody's digging claws into your mouth and tearing it open and slamming it shut with those claws still inside, over and over and over till you're screaming in pain. And believe me, I was screaming. I pissed off everyone in the ER because I was screaming my ass off, and that is what I wanted to portray in this photo. I wanted to stick with the whole gray theme because a lot of my hallucinations are gray, and initially this was based upon a spider that I hallucinated, like I said before, that has human eyes and a human mouth, but I decided to take it in a different direction. I like to call it the winding horror because all of these feelings and emotions and senses that I felt during my dystonic reaction sort of melded together into a weird mush of feeling, and if you know anything about Doctor Who, a weird mess of timey-wimey, I forget the quote. I had it on my tongue and it's gone. Speaking of tongue, imagine your tongue shooting in and out of your mouth with such force that it hurts, or your mouth being, or feeling like your top jaw and your lower jaw are being pried apart like those freaking T-Rexes in King Kong. Imagine that. And that is what I tried to portray in this photo. It is, I do take a lot of inspiration off of horror, and I like to mix together real life experiences with horror stories that, you know, unsettlingwhatever.com and CK Walker, I think that's his name, stuff like that. Even Jack Townsend, because I really like, I made a video about him earlier, but Jack Townsend writes some good stuff. But yeah, that is, I take some not information, I take some inspiration from them, But mainly I try to focus it on what I feel can properly portray whatever I'm trying to portray. So, hope you all enjoyed. This is another one that I find very, very, shall we say, unsettling. Not because it looks scary, but because it brings me back to a time when I was screaming my ass off in the ER, yelling, "Help me, please. When can I go in? Can I see a doctor, please?" Acute dystonic reaction. Pretty shitty. Speaking of dystonic and dysthymia, there is a thing known as tardive dyskinesia, which is involuntary muscle movements too, but not to the level of acute dystonic reaction. Definitely there, but not as intense. But I've been rambling on for a little bit too long. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Ahui ho, malama pono.